Have you ever considered that the thing you've done every day for decades, the ritual that makes you feel clean, refreshed, and alive, might actually be working against you once you cross 70? It sounds shocking, almost counterintuitive. But what if that steamy morning shower or that long, luxurious soak you've always sworn by is slowly doing more harm than good? What if it's drying your skin, sapping your energy, or even putting you at serious risk of a dangerous fall? For most of our lives, we've been taught that more bathing equals better hygiene. Cleanliness is next to godliness, right? But here's the truth: after 70, the rules change. And if you're still clinging to the same habits you had at 30 or 40, your hygiene routine could be quietly chipping away at your health, comfort, and safety. In this video, we're pulling back the curtain on one of the most overlooked realities of aging: how often seniors should bathe. And it's not what you've been told all these years. We'll explore the hidden impact of daily bathing on aging skin, the surprising science behind infection risk, and how your idea of clean might need a serious upgrade. Stick around to the end because we're revealing 7 eye-opening truths that could completely change the way you or your loved ones approach personal care after 70. And yes, we're including one incredibly simple, expert-approved trick to stay fresh and healthy without stepping foot into a slippery bathtub or shower. You'll be surprised by how easy it is, and how much safer your life could be because of it. Before we dive in, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel. Your support helps us spread important messages about aging with strength, grace, and wisdom. If you find this helpful, comment number 1 below, and if you don't, comment 0 so we can keep improving this content for you. Now let's begin with a truth that may surprise you. 1. Daily baths can harm senior skin. Aging is inevitable, and once we reach our 70s, our skin begins a transformation that's as profound as it is invisible until it becomes a problem. The skin you're in is no longer the same barrier it once was. It's thinner, it's drier, and it's far more fragile than you probably realize. According to leading dermatological research, including studies from the University of Pittsburgh and the University of California, San Francisco, aging skin undergoes a host of changes that reduce its ability to protect, heal, and regulate itself. Let's break it down. As we get older, the outer layer of the skin, the epidermis, loses density. Underneath that, the dermis, which once produced healthy amounts of collagen and elastin, begins to weaken. The glands that create natural skin oils slow down, reducing sebum production. Even your sweat glands become less active. And what does this all lead to? Skin that is drier, more sensitive, and far more prone to irritation or injury. Now imagine this already delicate skin being exposed daily to hot water, harsh soaps, and the physical friction of scrubbing or toweling off. That innocent morning shower or nightly bath starts to sound less like a healthy habit and more like a daily assault. Here's what actually happens. Each shower strips away what little natural oil your skin has left, leaving it even more exposed and vulnerable. You might first notice a tight, prickly sensation. That's dryness setting in. Then comes the itching, which can keep you awake at night. Over time, it may progress to xerosis, a condition where your skin becomes scaly, cracked, and painful. These cracks aren't just uncomfortable, they can bleed and become open doors for bacteria and infection. And let's not forget the emotional toll. The discomfort of irritated skin, the sleep disturbances from constant itching, the anxiety of managing a hygiene routine that now causes pain instead of relief. This isn't just about looking good, it's about preserving health, autonomy, and dignity. For seniors with mobility issues or chronic pain, daily bathing is already a challenge. Add in fragile, damaged skin, and you have a recipe for distress and decline. Hot water in particular is the main villain here. It dissolves lipids, the fatty layer that keeps skin moisturized. Alkaline soaps further disrupt your skin's natural pH balance, pushing it toward irritation and infection. The body you had at 40 could recover from this daily friction. The body at 75, not so much. Compromised skin is more than an inconvenience. It's a health hazard. It struggles to fend off bacteria, allergens, and fungi. And for seniors, even a small crack in the skin can spiral into a major infection, or worse, a chronic wound like a pressure ulcer. So if your hygiene routine hasn't evolved with your age now, is the time to rethink it. 2. Less bathing lowers infection risk. In a world that equates cleanliness with constant scrubbing, this might sound radical. Bathing less often can actually protect you from infections as you age. But that's exactly what medical researchers have found. According to data published in the New England Journal of Medicine, seniors who reduced their bathing frequency had fewer skin tears, those small but serious rips in delicate skin tissue that can take weeks or months to heal. And unlike the skin of your youth, which recovers easily, aging skin has slower blood flow, weaker immune response, and diminished cell regeneration. That means small wounds don't just hurt, they linger, and they invite danger. These tears become entry points for bacteria like Staphylococcus aureus or Streptococcus, which can cause cellulitis abscesses or even lead to deadly infections like sepsis. For seniors with conditions like diabetes or autoimmune disorders, this risk is even greater. Why does this happen? It's all about what bathing does to aging skin. When you bathe frequently, especially with hot water, you're stripping away the skin's lipid barrier, a microscopic film of fats and oils that locks in moisture and binds your skin cells together. Without this barrier, your skin becomes brittle and vulnerable. Add to that the effect of harsh soaps, which break down keratin, a critical protein that gives your skin its strength. Suddenly, everyday movements like pulling on a sweater or brushing against the edge of a chair can cause micro-tears. And scrubbing. That just accelerates the damage. What might have once felt invigorating becomes a mechanical stressor, grinding away at already compromised tissue. But here's the good news. You don't need to stop bathing, you just need to bathe smarter. Many seniors find that bathing every other day, or just 2 to 3 times per week, helps their skin stay healthier, more hydrated, and better protected. On the days in between spot cleaning, a gentle wipe down with a damp cloth in key areas like the underarms, groin, and feet can maintain hygiene without full-body exposure to water and soap. This gentler approach doesn't just prevent infections, it also reduces pain, itching, and inflammation, making everyday life more comfortable. Fewer skin tears mean fewer trips to the doctor, fewer antibiotics, and less disruption to your routine. If you or someone you care for is over 70, these aren't just hygiene tips, they're strategies for preserving health and independence. Now that you know the truth about bathing and aging skin, ask yourself, could your hygiene routine be working against you? Stay tuned, because in the next part of this video, we're revealing 5 more powerful truths, including why dry skin isn't just a cosmetic issue, how to spot signs of overbathing damage, and the simple science-backed solution that doctors recommend for staying fresh and safe as you age. And remember, comment number 1 if you're still with us. Your support helps us keep making content that protects, empowers, and informs. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss another life-changing lesson for living your best life after 70. 3. Falls are a bigger threat than dirt. For many older adults, the bathroom isn't just a place of comfort and cleanliness, it's a hidden danger zone. And each trip to the shower could be increasing your risk of a serious, even life-altering injury. According to the American Geriatric Society, falls are one of the leading causes of injury and death in older adults. Let that sink in. More than 1 in 4 adults over 65 will fall each year according to the CDC. And many of these falls happen right at home in the very room designed to help us feel clean and refreshed. Slippery tiles, soapy water, narrow tubs, steamy air clouding your vision. All of it adds up to a perfect storm of risk, especially for seniors with already compromised mobility. Think about it. Entering a shower means stepping over a wet threshold, often balancing on one foot, and navigating slick surfaces with reduced reflexes. Add in the disorienting effects of heat and steam, or the fatigue that often accompanies morning grogginess or evening exhaustion, and suddenly a routine bath becomes a high-stakes obstacle course. The consequences, they're more serious than you might expect. A fall isn't just a bump or bruise. It could mean a fractured hip, a broken wrist, a traumatic brain injury, or worse, the beginning of a slow, painful decline that can rob someone of their independence. And yet so many still feel obligated to bathe daily, clinging to outdated standards of hygiene. But what's more important, spotless skin or a stable injury-free life? Reducing the number of full-body baths per week from 7 to 2 or 3 can dramatically lower your exposure to this dangerous environment. Complementing this with safe alternatives like seated sponge baths or targeted washing of key areas helps maintain hygiene without the risk. For older adults who live alone or have limited assistance, avoiding a fall could literally be the difference between staying in their home or being admitted to long-term care. Yes, safety adaptations like grab bars, non-slip mats, and shower chairs help and should be used. But perhaps the simplest, most effective change: bathe less frequently. Fall prevention is not just about balance training or medications. It starts with minimizing unnecessary risks, and that begins with redefining what daily hygiene means for an aging body. 4. Your body cleans itself. Yes, really. Now here's something even more surprising. Your body is already equipped with a built-in cleaning system. No, it's not a fad, and it's not some new age theory. It's biology refined through millions of years of evolution. Your skin isn't just a passive surface waiting to be scrubbed. It's a living ecosystem, a dynamic balance of beneficial bacteria, oils, and a precisely tuned pH system that works around the clock to keep you clean and protected. Overbathing, especially in seniors, disrupts this delicate harmony. At the heart of this system lies the skin microbiome, a bustling community of bacteria, fungi, and microscopic organisms that coexist on the skin's surface. Far from being harmful, many of these microbes are actually your allies. Take, for instance, Cutibacterium acnes and Staphylococcus epidermidis. These bacteria feed on dead skin cells, sweat and sebum, breaking them down into harmless byproducts while crowding out more dangerous pathogens. Some even produce antimicrobial compounds, natural defense weapons, that keep invaders like Staphylococcus aureus at bay. Meanwhile, sebum, the skin's natural oil, forms a protective film that traps moisture and repels grime. And dead skin cells naturally slough off through a process called desquamation, taking surface dirt with them. Together, these elements form a kind of self-sustaining hygiene cycle, no soap required. But here's where things go wrong. Frequent hot showers strip away that protective sebum, leaving the skin parched and vulnerable. Harsh soaps, especially those with high pH levels, kill off friendly bacteria and disrupt the microbiome's balance. And for older adults, whose skin is already oil deficient and less microbially diverse, this creates a perfect storm for dryness, inflammation, and infection. Dermatology research, including findings in the Journal of Investigative Dermatology, links overwashing to an increase in eczema flares, allergic reactions, and skin sensitivity. The very routine meant to preserve cleanliness may instead be tearing down your skin's first line of defense. But here's the good news: the solution is simple. Bathing just 2 or 3 times a week, using mild pH-balanced cleansers, and focusing only on necessary areas like the armpits, groin, and feet, allows the skin to maintain its natural balance. This approach reduces friction, minimizes irritation, and helps the microbiome thrive. And what about odor? That's often the main concern, isn't it? The truth is, unpleasant smells don't come from your arms or legs. They originate from specific high sweat zones. By targeting those areas, you can stay fresh without disrupting your skin's ecosystem. For many seniors, this reduced bathing strategy is not just healthier, it's liberating. It removes the burden of daily effort, decreases the risk of injury, and supports how the body was designed to function. And if you need reassurance, just look back in time. For centuries before modern plumbing or daily showers became the norm, humans thrived with far less bathing. And they did so by relying on nature's toolkit: sweat, sebum, beneficial microbes, and balance. Today's seniors can take a cue from that legacy, trusting their bodies to do what they were built to do: maintain a clean, resilient surface safely, naturally, and without daily soap and water. If you're still watching, let me know by commenting number 2 below. That tells me you're still here, still curious, and still committed to learning how to live healthier and safer after 70. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the perfect time. Because in the next part of this video, we'll explore how balanced sleep and even appetite are powerful indicators of longevity, and how small adjustments today can lead to a longer, stronger tomorrow. Stay tuned. The next chapter might surprise you even more. 5. Experts say once or twice a week is enough. Prepare yourself for a truth that may challenge a lifetime of belief. Leading experts in dermatology and geriatrics now recommend that seniors, yes, even those who are mobile and independent, bathe only once or twice a week. This isn't about abandoning hygiene or letting go of dignity. It's about redefining hygiene in a way that respects the changing biology of the aging body. Gone are the days when daily showers were a non-negotiable part of staying clean. Instead, a wave of evidence from respected sources, including the American Academy of Dermatology, Johns Hopkins University, and the Journal of the American Geriatric Society, is reshaping the conversation. And what they're saying is loud and clear: less can be better. You see, aging skin is fundamentally different. It's thinner, drier, and less oily. It doesn't rebound the way it once did. The very acts of soaping, scrubbing, and rinsing that once left you feeling refreshed can now leave your skin raw, irritated, and more prone to infection. But it's not just about skin. Experts stress that bathing routines should reflect individual needs, not outdated habits. If someone is mostly sedentary, rarely sweats, and lives in a temperate climate, their hygiene needs are vastly different from someone who's gardening daily or dealing with incontinence. Hygiene is personal, and hygiene routines should be too. Why then have we clung so tightly to the myth of the daily bath? Part of the reason lies in 20th century advertising, those soap commercials that equated freshness with frequency, cleanliness with constant scrubbing. But for seniors, science tells a different story. Studies show that overbathing increases the risk of skin breakdown, pressure sores, and irritation in frail or elderly adults. In contrast, cutting back protects the skin's natural defenses, keeps essential oils intact, and reduces exposure to falls, exhaustion, and infection. And what about body odor, the thing most people fear when reducing their bath frequency? Experts point out that odor is manageable, often caused by high sweat zones like the underarms, feet, or groin. A quick wipe with a warm cloth or gentle cleanser is more than enough to stay fresh between full showers. This isn't laziness, it's smart adaptation. Seniors who reduce their bath schedule and focus instead on targeted intentional hygiene experience less skin damage, fewer complications, and greater comfort. Sometimes doing less when guided by medical wisdom is actually the most effective path forward. 6. Daily baths can exhaust seniors. Now let's talk about something that's often overlooked: how draining a single bath can be for someone over 70. To the younger eye, a shower might seem like a simple 5-minute activity, but for many seniors, it's a physically taxing, high-risk event that demands balance, strength, and endurance, all of which naturally decline with age. Research published in the Journal of the American Medical Association, JAMA, paints a stark picture. The heat from the shower dilates blood vessels, which can cause a sudden drop in blood pressure, leading to dizziness or even fainting. That alone is dangerous in a slippery environment. Breathing in steamy air. For seniors with respiratory issues like COPD or asthma, even that can cause labored breathing or chest tightness. And for the millions living with arthritis, every bend, twist, and reach is laced with pain. Imagine trying to bend down to scrub your feet, or lifting your arm to wash your hair with joints that scream at every movement. Now do that while standing on one foot in a foggy room on a slick floor. The process quickly becomes a test of endurance, and the effort doesn't end with the rinse. Drying off, especially the hard-to-reach areas like the back or feet, requires flexibility and strength. Then comes dressing, another energy-draining task. By the time it's over, many seniors feel so wiped out they need to lie down and rest, missing meals, exercise, or social activities they had planned. This cycle of depletion can have a serious ripple effect. Seniors begin to associate hygiene with exhaustion, and sometimes even skip bathing altogether out of dread. Contrast that with a more sustainable approach, bathing just once or twice a week, perhaps, while seated or with assistance from a handheld shower head. Suddenly, bath time becomes manageable rather than miserable. And the benefits are more than physical. Studies show that reduced bathing frequency correlates with improved mood, reduced fatigue, and greater daily energy among seniors. In short, less bathing means more energy for what truly matters, spending time with grandchildren tending a garden, or simply enjoying a peaceful moment with a cup of tea. 7. Hygiene isn't just about bathing. Now, here's the real paradigm shift, perhaps the most empowering one of all. Hygiene isn't just about stepping into a shower. In fact, redefining cleanliness may be the key to safer, more dignified aging. We've been conditioned to think that a full-body bath is the gold standard of hygiene. But in reality, effective self-care takes many forms, especially as we age. Seniors can stay just as fresh and healthy without risking injury exhaustion or skin damage. Hand washing, oral care, changing into clean clothes, brushing hair, and wiping down high sweat areas are all powerful practical tools. These actions preserve dignity, foster well-being, and reduce reliance on full-body showers. Using wet wipes, washcloths, or even mild no-rinse cleansers can go a long way. Just a few mindful minutes spent refreshing the face, hands, underarms, and groin can restore a sense of cleanliness and confidence without ever turning on the shower. This shift isn't about lowering standards, it's about raising awareness. It's about matching hygiene habits to what an aging body truly needs, not what advertising decades ago told us we should do. For older adults, especially those with limited mobility or chronic conditions, adapting hygiene routines is a powerful act of self-respect. It's a way of saying, I understand my body and I'm caring for it in the way that works best for me. If you're still watching, I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below with number 3 to let me know you're here. Your support means the world, and it helps us continue creating thoughtful, research-backed content to empower and uplift the aging community. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the time. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a video that could improve your health, your confidence, and your peace of mind. Now let's move forward to the next surprising truth, because what comes next just might change the way you view sleep forever. Wet wipes, the small but mighty alternative. Let's start with one of the most overlooked tools in senior hygiene: wet wipes. These pre-moistened cloths are more than just convenient. They're a lifeline for those dealing with mobility issues, joint pain, or simply the fear of slipping in the shower. Wet wipes offer a quick, gentle solution for cleaning high sweat zones like the underarms, groin, and face, where bacteria and odor tend to build up. Unlike soap and hot water, their non-stripping require no rinsing and don't demand that a senior balance on one foot in a steamy, slippery bathroom. They're also perfect for fragile, aging skin. Think of it as a cleansing option that works with your body, not against it. Hand washing, the first line of defense. Now let's not forget about hand hygiene, especially in a post-pandemic world. Hand washing remains a cornerstone of infection prevention, and for good reason. Our hands come into contact with everything: doorknobs, money, phones, faces, food. So instead of subjecting the entire body to a full wash, simply keeping the hands clean does most of the heavy lifting when it comes to keeping germs at bay. For seniors, this focused approach means better protection with less effort. A small act, a big payoff. Oral care, the unsung hero of hygiene. When we think of cleanliness, brushing our teeth may not always come to mind, but it should. Oral hygiene is more than fresh breath. It's a shield against harmful bacteria that can lead to infections, heart disease, or even pneumonia in older adults. Daily brushing, flossing, and the use of mouthwash play a massive role in preserving not just dental health, but overall well-being. And here's a bonus: good oral hygiene boosts confidence, encouraging social interaction and mental health, something that's especially crucial in the senior years. Clean clothes, groomed hair, and a dash of dignity. Sometimes the smallest rituals make the biggest difference. Putting on fresh clothes made from light, breathable fabric, combing through your hair, or applying a spritz of body mist can instantly uplift your sense of self. These simple steps wick away odor, regulate body temperature, and leave you feeling polished without the need for a full shower. Throw in deodorant or dry shampoo, and you've got yourself a hygiene routine that's not only practical, but empowering, especially for seniors with limited strength or flexibility. Now picture this: an 80-year-old man with arthritis and shaky hands. The idea of turning the shower dial, stepping over the tub ledge, and toweling off sounds exhausting if not dangerous. But wiping his face with a warm cloth, swapping into a clean shirt, that's something he can do, and do with dignity. Cold climates. No problem. In colder climates, bathing can come with a hidden danger exposure. A wet head in a cold bathroom can lead to chills or even pneumonia. That's where alternatives like dry shampoo washcloths or warm sponge baths prove their worth. They're gentler, safer, and they get the job done, no steam or slipping required. Research-backed dignity first. Don't just take our word for it. Studies published in Geriatric Nursing show that older adults who use alternative hygiene methods like those mentioned above report feeling just as clean, socially presentable, and less fatigued than those who bathe daily. And the best part, these methods protect the skin, preserve energy, and give seniors control over their own care routines. Instead of following a rigid, one-size-fits-all bathing schedule, they're empowered to customize their hygiene in ways that suit their bodies and their lives. Hygiene, it turns out, isn't about lather and rinse, it's about finding what works. And that's a powerful shift for older adults looking to maintain independence and self-respect. The bottom line: less bathing, more living. For seniors over 70, the daily bath, once seen as the hallmark of health and respectability, might actually be undermining well-being. The evidence is mounting. Skin becomes thinner and more sensitive with age, making it vulnerable to dryness, cracks, and infection from frequent washing. Energy is limited, the risk of slipping is high. And yet nature has already equipped the body with brilliant self-cleaning systems, microbes, sebum, and natural cell turnover that work better when left alone. So what's the new path forward? Bathe once or twice a week. Focus on spot cleaning in between. Use wipes, fresh clothes, oral care, and strategic grooming to stay fresh, confident, and safe. This isn't a fringe opinion. It's evidence-based, endorsed by experts across the board, from dermatologists to geriatricians, with support from organizations like the American Geriatric Society, the New England Journal of Medicine, and JAMA. What are the results? Skin that stays soft, not scaly. Mornings with energy, not exhaustion. Fewer bathroom falls. More time and freedom to do what matters. It's not about giving up hygiene, it's about reimagining it. Replacing the harsh soap and water routine with something softer, smarter, and more in tune with the aging body. A 75-year-old who runs marathons may still benefit from more frequent showers than a bedbound peer. Climate, culture, and personal health all shape the ideal hygiene rhythm. That's why it's so important to speak with a healthcare provider and craft a plan that's just right for you or someone you care for. Because who would have thought that stepping back from the tub could be a leap forward in self-care? It's a quiet revolution, challenging decades of habit and replacing them with something safer, kinder, and more freeing. For seniors, it's an invitation to age with ease, with confidence, and with the wisdom to know that less water can mean more life. And there you have it, the real science-backed truth about senior bathing after 70. We've uncovered how daily showers may dry out, skin heighten fall risk and sap energy, while wet wipes, oral care, and personalized hygiene routines can keep seniors feeling clean and confident. So tell me, what's one thing from this video that surprised you? What are you inspired to try or share with someone you love? Leave a comment below with your takeaway, and if this video helped you rethink hygiene after 70, please like, subscribe, and share it with a friend. Your support keeps this channel going, and I can't wait to bring you more practical, powerful ways to live smarter and healthier at every age. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.